Hello. So I've been thinking, and a lot of this thinking comes down to conversations I've overheard and conversations I've had with other people over the years, having to do with organ donation. And I know it's kind of a touchy subject for some people. If you've watched my videos, you know that I did work in healthcare. I was a nurse for quite a while. And I know some of you have worked in healthcare, whether that be paramedics, doctors, whatever it is. But I'm a big believer in organ donation, and that's just where I stand. However, I keep hearing that if you are an organ donor, or if you are a parent of a child who suffers a horrible accident, that you will then be rushed to make a decision to pull them off life support, or not pull them off life support, but donate their organs so they're kept on life support until the transfer takes place. What bothers me the most is that I'm hearing over and over again that if you are an organ donor, or if you have a child who suffers a horrible accident and is then brain dead, that you are almost forced into organ donation or lied to by the doctors so that you will donate the child's organs, or that your organs will be donated sooner. Knowing what I know, because I spent the majority of my career in acute care, so I was in hospital settings, I never once was in a situation where a doctor or other medical staff pushed for somebody to be taken off life support to have their organs donated. We did not have a pediatric ward. The hospital is under construction right now to add a pediatric ward, but in clinicals during school, I did work in pediatrics for, I want to say, about a year or close to it. And never in any situation was a parent told, oh, your child who might be fine is brain dead, therefore you need to donate their organs. I think organ donation is a huge, huge blessing, a huge gift. And I know everybody's going to have their own stance on it, but I think that it should be very carefully considered. You know, it's not just a stamp on your license. It's not just a box you check off. You are considering that when your body is no longer useful to you, that parts of it can be useful to somebody else and prolong their life, whereas they may have no other options. That's how I see it. Now, I have family members who have told me that when I put organ donation on my license, that they would fight it if it got to that type of situation. And I've tried to put in my will, I've put in my will that that is what I want. Even if there's a chance I might wake up in a month or a year or whatever, I don't want to remain in a vegetative state. I would rather, if I have any useful organs left after being a 20-year smoker. I'm not a smoker right now, but I was a smoker until 2017. So my organs may not be great, but it didn't stop me from becoming an organ donor on my card, as well as renewing that whenever I need to. And I think if you do suffer the loss of a child, one of the greatest things you can do for your child and for someone else's child or other people's children, like multiple children, is to allow them to be an organ donor. It's a very personal thing, and it's a very difficult time to make a choice like that, but time is of the essence. Once it's decided or known, or it's never known. That's why they call it practicing medicine, because nothing is black and white, right? But if you are in a position where you can or are willing to donate your organs, or have a child that will no longer have quality of life, and that is presented to you, I urge you to consider it, because they live on. They will live on through those people. And I've definitely put myself in those shoes, where I've thought, if that had happened to my child when he was 3 or 4, that would be the hardest time of my life. But knowing that he would live on through someone else would be one of the most healing experiences I could think of. And I don't have any donated organs, but I do know people with them. And it's a huge thing for them to get that phone call. So anyway, it's been on my mind lately. I thought I'd say something, and this may be one of those videos that nobody watches, but that's okay. I've just really wanted to say something for a while. So if you're not an organ donor, consider it. I really hope your children live long, wonderful lives and become mean teenagers and then good adults. But I think it's important to consider, when you're in that horrible time, the depths of despair, that you could be creating a blessing to so many people. Whereas normally it would just be putting them in the ground or cremating them, or worse, they lay in a bed connected to machines for years, and you sit hopeless waiting. So hopefully that doesn't come down to it to anybody that I'm speaking to or know, but I think organ donation is a really important thing and should always be considered. I realize there's probably some religions that don't agree with it. Like, I know Jehovah's Witnesses can't be given blood. I don't know if they can donate organs. But if you can, and you're willing, it's not taking anything from you. And I honestly, the whole point of this was that people keep saying, oh, nope, they're going to pull the plug sooner. It's not a plug. It's multiple plugs, multiple machines. But they're saying that they will, rather than try to save your loved one, that they will push for pulling the plug so that their organs can be donated. That, to my knowledge, is not true, and I think everybody should consider it. So hopefully this wasn't too much of a bummer. I know it's not my usual content, but then again, I don't really have usual content. So anyway, have a good day.